what up, weirdos? It's your boy Raindrop, Raindog, Rain Drizzle, and my co-host, co-captain, call, conspirator, Uncle Juju.
What is up, babies?
How you doing? Welcome back to BXTV, aka Back from Hell, your Spotify and YouTube podcast where you didn't know everything you needed to know. Welcome back. You know what I'm saying? Fresh back on Spotify and back on YouTube like normal. Welcome back, everybody. And we got a couple of things planned this week, and some things just off the top of the head. But yeah, I hope everybody's excited. As usual, we have comic book of the week. We kind of are doing two. So yeah, let's talk about it. Comic book of the week, if you're not aware, it's where we take a comic book that has come out this past Wednesday, a new title that we think should be talked about, whether for being good or bad, and if you should put it on your pull list. And we judge it by the art and the story on a scale of 1 to 10. So let's get into it. First one we got is Creature from the Black Lagoon Lives by Image Skybound. I got the 1 in 10 variant here from my local comic shop, Velocity Comics.
Regular.
Yeah, you have the A cover. I'm buying all the 1 in 10 variants because I just love the style that they do.
Yes.
It was like old school. But yeah, it's by Dan Waters, Ram V, Matthew Roberts on the art. The writers are Dan Waters and Ram V. I'm a Ram V fan. So yeah, I mean, if you haven't been paying attention, we have an episode a couple back that we discussed issue number 1, but we loved it, and we were looking forward to number 2, and I think they delivered. I think they delivered very well on this one. Like, I was very excited. It did not fall short in any way.
Not at all. This actually kind of, because of the first one, I did have a little high expectations going into it. I knew it was going to be enjoyable, and I knew I was going to like it. But I was blown away by it, actually, by the scope. And I liked how they kind of talked about how this girl's having like what is it, like a hypoxia, I think, or it's like
her brain,
where your brain doesn't get enough oxygen.
Because if you guys aren't aware, you're just kind of skipping the gun just a little bit. This comic starts out with her waking up from drowning. She falls into the river, and she gets saved by the creature from the Black Lagoon, and then this scientist dude's assistant finds her on the shore bank, like just got done from drowning, and they save her. And she wakes up, and they basically tell you she has this like brain damage shit going on from like where you don't get enough oxygen to your brain. And throughout the whole book, you know, they're kind of like reiterating like, yo, like she is dealing with this, and this is like affecting her and going on. And it's pretty fucking intense, dude. Like, I really dug that, like, they kind of just hit the gas on this issue. Like, the first one was good, but this one, it just, like, picks up. Like, they're like, all right, we're getting into it. Like, you meet the guy who's buying all the bodies because he knows there's a creature out there that exists because he got slashed by it. His face has the scar on it. So, I don't know if you picked up on that.
I did, actually, and that is a reference to the original movie.
Right. There's a couple references to the original movie, like him saving the girl and all that. Like,
and then the doctor also explained that like he's seen that type of behavior from the creature before, i.e., in the 50s when he was hanging out in the Amazon.
So, no, definitely, I like that. They do a good job of that. And just so you guys know, Image Skybound, they're doing like a bunch of, they did Dracula, and now they're, I believe in the next coming weeks, Frankenstein's coming out. We'll be reviewing that one as well. I'm very excited for Frankenstein.
Yeah.
I was very excited for this, and now that I've read this, I need to get the trade paperback of Dracula, and I'm definitely getting the singles of Frankenstein. I'm digging what they're doing with this. But yeah, so you meet the doctor, and like you also finally meet the serial killer that the girl
Yes.
swears is actually the one killing everybody, when in actuality it's the creature from the Black
It's
Lagoon.
the creature. Yeah.
So I mean, there's a whole lot just getting delivered to you in this issue, but it's not like overwhelming or anything. It's like it's all just
It's not
falling
heavy
in
handed.
it's all
Yeah.
falling into place. Like it all feels very organized and well delivered. And I don't know, man. And like there's something going on with her and the creature. Like
Yeah. Like
they
there's some like spiritual thing going on. Um I mean, dude, just the art on this was so fucking good. I'm sorry, I have to point that out. I love the creature in this. I love the way that they did the lighting contrast. I love the fucking eyes. I loved
Oh yeah,
everything about this
100%.
creature.
I mean, this book was absolutely grand. Nah, it was dank as fuck.
Yeah,
Let's be straight up. I mean, it was really good. And I mean, I don't think Image usually lacks in that department, so it makes sense, you know?
yeah.
Let's see, just to kind of give everybody a little bit of
Yeah.
an idea. Oh, you had one open. This was a crazy ass page. This shit right here.
Oh yeah. I flipped through that too.
Yeah, dude, that was such a crazy fucking page.
I love the close up of the creature's mouth,
Yeah,
like and
yeah.
almost like how he looks, almost like Archery 2 from Little Shop of Horrors a little bit,
A
but
little
like,
bit. A little bit. I could see it.
um, I mean, God, like the eyes on the plant vines, like
No, yeah,
just little shit that you,
the whole thing is great, dude. And I mean, the story doesn't lack anything. Like they're bringing like elements to the story that are unique and fun. So I definitely
yeah,
think if you are just like a fan of monsters or crime stories, you should get this because it's playing out to be pretty damn good. And it's just so easy to look at, like Juju said.
yeah,
Like looking at like great bartender. You just keep buying drinks. You know, you're just
yes,
gonna keep buying issues.
without a
I
doubt.
would just keep buying issues of this story if it went on, because I'm like, I love the fucking art. Like, and Ram V and Dan Waters or whatever his name is, um, they're crushing it. Like the writing is like nothing to like, not like you know what I mean. Is like it's something to talk about.
Yeah,
Like the art is great, but the writing is also like holding
but
up
the
on its
writing
end.
is also yes. Oh yeah, and I liked how they introduced the fucking cartels into the mix and how they have to deal with this situation.
I know,
Um,
because they're like they think the serial killer who taught them all how to like militarize themselves that she's hunting. They think he's killing everybody, but he's like, no, like,
I'm in retirement.
and then they all go like hunt down whoever, and they find the two dudes from the cartel dead because the creature from the Black Lagoon killed them. And he's like, "Do you still believe it's me?" And he's like talking about how beautiful and great the jungle is because of
Yeah,
like this chaos and shit. It's like, dude, this is good. Like I'm really digging it. Everybody's playing their little role, you know.
yeah, and they don't again they don't explain the creature's motivations at all. You don't know if this is like because he said like in the doctor said like it's been an uptick, like he's being active, more active now than he had been in the past.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah. Like
know?
he said, is it like the change in the rainforest? Like, what
Yeah,
is it? Like, is he just reacting to it, or like what is like? And I don't know, man. It's crazy because I have a feeling that doctor's gonna die.
I think he's gonna have a showdown with the creature at some point, and
Yeah,
it's not gonna turn out well for him.
yeah. I mean something like that, or Or so here's my finale prediction. The creature saves the girl, the detective, from the serial killer, and then the
Yes.
doctor tries to capture him, and she
Yes.
kills him, and yeah, that's what I'm predicting.
Yeah. Or I can. Well, yeah, that kind of plays into my theory, which is the doctor's the villain.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he ends up
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean, like being the bad guy. Like, I mean, serial killer guy's obviously a bad guy. You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
already tried to kill. He's already like ruptured the chick's throat before the story even
Yeah.
started. They said so. Like, he's clearly a fuck ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
And
yeah,
he's gonna get his comeuppance in a gruesome, gruesome way. I feel like.
I am curious to see though how they like attach the creature to her, because like the last panels are like them both looking like into the moon or whatever,
Yeah.
and she doesn't even like believe in the creature, even though she said she saw it when she
Yeah.
woke up. But then she's like, no, I was lying. And so it's like how are they gonna, like, you know what I mean? That's why I think he's gonna save her
Yeah.
from the dude, because I think that's how she's gonna get her attachment to him. I don't know though, but I think it's a 10. I think number 2 is a 10.
Yeah.
Like, I loved every bit about it. I couldn't find a single thing to complain about, and I think everybody should read this book.
I agree 100%. This is hands down, I think, one of my favorite comic book series right now, ongoing, and it's only 2 issues
Not
in.
ongoing. It's a mini. It's a mini.
Well,
It's only gonna be like 4
it's a
issues.
mini, but it's like coming out. You know,
I know it's coming out, but ongoing means it's gonna be over 10 issues.
it's gonna be infinite. Yeah.
Yeah, over 10 issues.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's dank. It's enjoyable. I like it. I think everybody should check it out. Yeah, pull it. Put it in your pool box, dudes.
Yeah.
Don't be a pussy. You know what I'm saying? Nah,
Oh,
Ramsey and them.
and
Huh?
this book is not one to let your kids get a hold of. Just gonna throw that out there too.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not. I don't. I probably wouldn't let your kids read this. I give them
Yeah.
nightmares. We have one other book to talk about. Did you get to it?
Yes, I did.
All right. So I need to pull this up. I only have the Scotty Young variant. So does just so anybody who doesn't read comic books like that, the inside of the book is not like the cover I have. So I don't want anybody to. We have Helverine #1. I got the Scotty Young variant.
Yeah.
It is Benjamin Percy as the writer, Julius Ota on the art,
Yeah.
and Frank D'Armata is coloring it. So, if you don't know Benjamin Percy, he did Wolverine vs. Predator. He just did the previous Wolverine ongoing run that ended. Yeah, I think it was this week. And he wrote this. So basically, this started, I think, in Ghost Rider or something like that, or like. Oh no, it was like I think it
That's what it
start.
seems like.
I think it started in because I have the issue 1, but I keep it in the box because it's a Frank Miller cover. um, it's
As one should.
Wolverine and Ghost Rider something. I remember like there was like this team up book that came out, and basically if you don't know, Wolverine gets the spirit of vengeance essentially, like, or Ghost Rider powers, and that's why you see him on the cover looking like Ghost Rider here. We'll get into it more. We can explain it, like how he
Yeah.
gets these powers and such. I thought I'm not like huge on Benjamin Percy. I don't think he's bad, but he's not my favorite. But I thought this was actually fucking banging. I I loved
Oh
this.
yeah. This one I liked a lot more than Space Ghost. This was definitely way up my alley. As soon as the first panel hit, and you see Mephisto, I was like, all right, I'm sold. Everything about this comic book is everything I wanted to see in a comic book. Like, we'll get into it later, but I'll explain. Um,
No, it was it definitely was banging, and I enjoyed the art a whole lot. Julius or whatever
oh
the dude's
yes.
name is, he absolutely crushed it. I mean, it was so good. Yeah, but basically, fucking, you want to explain it? I explained the last book.
Um, so basically, Mephisto has this ultra demon that the Hellfire Club is using Wolverine as a host for. And the Hellfire Club is located underneath the Pentagon, which is now the Pinnacle or the Pentagram, witchcraft. So they're trying to basically breed an army of Hell soldiers to fight for the Hellfire Club, correct? Um, so in a previous aforementioned Ghost Rider issue, I believe the spirit had been removed by Ghost Rider from Wolverine, right? And now there's a new person who is going around killing people who have committed like evil acts, basically setting them afire and eliminating everybody, and they all think it's Wolverine because he's the one who had the powers the first time around,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's pretty much it, right?
Yep.
Um, and then also they have these this elite squad of soldiers who were killed in battle that they revive using hell powers, and they come out looking like the craziest Cenobites you've ever seen.
Yeah, and they do not listen. They start
No.
fucking shit up in the lab and all
Yeah.
everybody. And like they look like a bunch of dom mommies. Like they look like they're about to go to a Marilyn
Yeah.
Manson concert and get fucked up, son. Like they're doing lines, they're doing Molly, they're boofing
They
perks.
got fucking hellfire coming out of their eyeballs,
Yeah, like
like
no, they're not actually doing that in the book, but they do have hellfire coming out of their eyes. They're not doing drugs, but they just look fucking like gnarly as shit, yo.
yeah.
Like, but no,
And like I love their outfits though, by the way. Like that character design
well, that's what I'm
was
saying. They look
like
like a bunch of dom mommies. They look like they're dressed up like a
yeah.
bunch of like crazy dominatrix motherfuckers. Like it was sick. It looked cool. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie. I loved it, and I mean, I love the art on it. They like full blast pages and shit, which I'm here for.
Yeah.
I hate just empty white space on a comic page. It's not my favorite. So the fact they didn't do that was really cool. Um,
Yes.
but I'm looking forward to issue 2.
Yeah, I
Um,
am too.
I give the art a 9, and I say the story is a solid 7.5, like an 8.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Um I'll agree with the 8. Um at least story wise. There's not a lot of dialogue in this either. Like the first couple of pages are very much just action shot, action shot, action shot
yeah
with
for
like
sure.
a little blurb of explanation. And I liked that. I liked how they kind of spoon fed you. They didn't have people just immediately start talking about what the story is. They went full in. Opening shot, hell, loved the fucking throne room, loved the fucking piece of art thing. I loved the little kid. Um, and you show him like like the stages of the Antichrist growing up,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
um.
100%.
And I think the thing that set the art from a 9 to at least a 9.5 or even a 10 was the fucking chandelier made of people.
Okay, yeah, that was pretty
I
cool.
I saw I think it's the also like ossuary where they do all this crazy shit with people's bones, and I've always looked at that being like, what would that look like if that were actual people? And they delivered that for me. So
Okay, that's fair. There was some little personal moment for
yeah,
that. It's a creepy ass personal moment, but hey, I get it. That's why we both have separate reviews. You
yeah,
know what I mean? We each, you know what I mean? But all right, fuck yeah. Nah, it was dope. I loved it. I honestly mainly got it for the Scotty Young cover, but
yeah.
cuz like I just love the Wolverine Ghost Rider design, but I'm probably going to keep picking it up. I think I'm definitely fun to read. So,
Yes.
definitely be excited to see more things about Helverine from the boys over here at Brain Dead. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
We
sir.
be cooking up a little something time to time. Maybe not a whole lot, but we cook and we get it popping. Also, make sure you follow us on Whatnot at Fried Rainy, FriedRaini. Um, we we be posting some of the books. You know what I mean? We got bundles and
Yeah.
deals, so make sure you follow us there. So tap the fuck in. We do late night streams, so yeah, get in there. Get in there like swimwear. Oh, we also stream on Twitch at BrainDeadXTV every Friday and Saturday night at 12
Yeah.
a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you can come do a live podcast, talk shit in the chat, have fun with everybody.
It's a very good time. We have a lot of fun over there on Twitch. A
We
lot of
do.
laughs.
We do. It's fun to get down with everybody in chat and answer their questions and talk to shit. But yeah,
Yeah.
man. Shit is good.
Shit is very good. And only going on the up and up, by the way. Um,
Oh, 100%.
yeah. Oh yeah. Um, sorry. I'm brain farting right now. I'm sorry.
You're good, dude.
So we got a couple of new books that are coming out that we got to talk about.
Yeah, dude. I have one in particular that I think some people are gonna pass pass up on,
Hmm.
and I think we should talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me. What did I just
Oh no, thank you, Rainy. Sorry.
do? So we have Witchblade by Image. Witchblade number
Yes.
1. That is coming out soon. I think I read the preview. You were there with me. Um,
Mhm.
the art looks fucking sick. Like
Oh yeah.
it looks fucking gnarly. Like I have never really been a Witchblade fan. I've picked up the Spawn, Evil Spawn Witchblade books, but I am definitely going to get this one after seeing the art. Badass. I can tell you guys who.
Yeah.
It is writer Marguerite. Is that her name? Oh no, Margaret Bennett. I was about to say Margarita. And the artist, oddly enough, is Giuseppe Cafaro.
Of course. Of
Yeah.
course.
Um.
Of course there would be Giuseppe and some witchcraft shit.
The yeah. No, I'm super stoked for this. Back in an all Sarah Pazzini is back in an all new origin story, re-imaging of the classic storyline. This high octane supernatural thriller starts at the beginning with familiar characters and new story arcs. New York City police detective Sarah's life was forever fractured by her father's murder. Cold, cunning, and hell bent on revenge, Sarah now stalks a vicious criminal Babble beneath the city where an ancient. Co-creator Mark Silvestri, The Darkness, Cyberforce, Batman and the Joker, The Deadly, Margaret Bennett, Velocity, Batwoman, DC Bombshell. Yeah, nah, this shit looks sick. I don't see anywhere where it says how long it's gonna be, if it's gonna be an ongoing or whatever. But I signed up for it. I was like, I want the 1 in 10 ratio if you get enough of them. But yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm definitely gonna. I think I'm gonna get that one from Velocity. I'm gonna pull that, add that to my pull box. I was thinking about maybe Kindle, but no, that is like a physical book I want.
I definitely think it is because you're gonna fall in love with the character. You love crime. You love like fucking spirit evil, whatever. So I think this is gonna be way up your alley, and not to mention she's like a big titty baddie comic chick. If you look at the cover, if you look at cover A, the Witchblade suit is like this sexy like big titty outfit. So like I already know the inside is gonna be nothing shy of it. So I'm excited as fuck though. Like I think this is gonna be fucking sick, and I can't wait to get my hands on this to read it. Like I said, those preview pages alone were enough to be like, yeah,
Yeah.
let me get in on this. Maybe all these people who collect Witchblade 80 through 150 are onto something, because apparently what you want to read if you're gonna get into Witchblade, my buddy did the research. My buddy I'm Power on Twitch. He's a Apex Monster. Also his doc. He posts clips there. Um, he did the research, so apparently 80 through 150 is like the main like run of Witchblade, like the original run you want to read if you're gonna.
Okay.
But this though, I'm down for this because it says it's like a brand new starting point. Like it's like retelling but new. So that sounds cool and interesting to me. So that is definitely one book I think everybody should keep an eye out for.
Yes. And again, like I'm gonna pull it. If I'm gonna pull it, y'all should. Just
Yeah,
saying.
dude, just doing it. Everybody do it. There's also a J. Scott Campbell 1 in 50. That's pretty badass for any of you little J. Scott Campbell sluts. It's a 1 in 250. God, must be thinking this book's gonna. I wonder how well it's gonna sell. That is that's something I'm very curious on, because I haven't heard much about it. I mean, we'll find out. What else was it? TMNT Alpha. Keep an eye out for TMNT Alpha.
Yeah.
If you are a Turtles fan, I definitely think this is gonna be important. If I am correct, it's like a prequel to what they're about to do.
Yes.
So like, cause IDW run just ended. What's the world like without TMNT? Since their time-spanning victory over Armagon, I don't know how to say that, and the Turtles. Special issue explores the effects this change has on on those connected to the brothers from Ob to Jenka. I think
Yeah.
I never knew how to say their name. Across the five bros all the way through Mutant Island. It's hard to tell how important someone is until they're gone, and who better write just such a story than Tom. Also, get a familiar glimpse of what's coming in special prequel. Okay, so there's a glimpse into the special prequel of TMNT number 1. This is just what happened after this past Turtles run.
Okay.
If you are curious what's going on now in that run, I guess this is like what you want to pick up. But I had just started reading that run. I'm in the middle of volume 1. I have the first 2 hardcovers at like 15. And then they ended on 150 or some shit like that. I think it went on for 150 issues.
Damn, that's a hell of a run.
Yeah. No. So, I mean, I've only heard good things. I did hear after, like, I heard, like, towards the end, it kind of goes downhill a little bit. But I heard, like, the first 100 is, like, banging. That's, like, what everybody online was saying. I'm at least going to read that. I like that, Krang or whatever, the brain. Yeah. They explore his, like his heritage and, like, his family and, like, where he comes from. And, like, he comes from, like a whole another fucking place. And, like, there's more versions of Krang. And, like, they're all, like, war space general type beats. They're using Baxton, or whatever his name is, to try to make a super, like, soldier serum with the Turtles. Like, yeah. It's good, dude. And, like, the Turtles, it's like a deep story. Like, so all the Ninja Turtles, like, they're basically reincarnated. At one point, they were humans, and they were all killed in front of their father, and then their father was killed, which is Splinter. And they were all reincarnated into the Turtles and Master Splinter. It's pretty wild. That's like as far as I've gotten. It's pretty sweet though.
I mean, again, going back to the Asian esoteric mysticism part.
Yeah, no, 100%. And there's these really good solo books. If you get the I recommend you go online, or if you go to Velocity, they have a bunch of them, I believe. The IDW TMT hardcovers or whatever. They include the solo issues of each turtle, but they incorporate it into because it came out when it was coming out of the story, so they place them in, like, in between in the right spot, and then, like,
like chronological order.
Yeah, and my favorite ones easily were the Michelangelo and the Donatello one. Like, the Donatello one was super fucking good. Like, I loved those issues though. Like, I kind of love any solo turtle story because you finally kind of get to really experience their personality, like, with the light shined on them, and it works really well. And I think you would like it. I think if you haven't, you need to read The Last Ronin. I think we should review that if you haven't read it.
I'm going. Keep saying every time I go to Target that I'm gonna pick it up because it's like where I guarantee it's gonna be there.
Yeah,
so the next time I go, probably tomorrow, I'm gonna pick it up.
It used to be, at least. Make sure you don't get TMNT Lost Years, because that's the second part.
Okay.
Because right now there's TMNT Last Ronin Re-Evolution coming out, and so basically what it is, TMNT The Last Ronin is the first part, and that sets up Lost Years. And what Lost Years is everything before Lost Ronin, and how these new turtles and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Re-Evolution come about. Because Re-Evolution's about those turtles because spoiler alert, everybody
The original
dies.
Ford dies.
Yeah, so it sets everything up. I haven't read Re-Evolution yet. I'm picking them up because I just don't. I want to have them all because I don't have any
Yeah.
single issues of. I have one of Lost Years, but I don't have any from Lost Ronin or anything. I have the hardcover of Lost Ronin, and then I have the hardcover. I'm in the middle of Lost Years or whatever, and that's. I'm gonna warn you when you get done with Lost Ronin and then you start Lost Years. It's a pace change. Like there's still some action
Okay.
and shit, but it's a lot of like these are who these new turtles are and like this is why shit is the way it is. It's a lot of like background info and stuff. So I think once you get through that though, I think Re-Evolution's going to be banging. I think that's going to
Okay.
be where it picks back up.
Thank you, man. I mean, again, I've been saying it for months. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. No, I am.
Nah, for
Like,
surely. I mean, I just
I mean, again, it'll be for at least to justify it. It'll be for the podcast, but for my
yeah,
mindset,
yeah.
it'll be just for me to read. Same thing with Witchblade. Like, I'll pick it up just to say that I did for the not to say that I did, but I know we're gonna cover it. But I want it for myself too.
Ah, for surely, dude. I think you'll be happy once you get it. Like, and you
Yeah.
have them, and you're just like, oh shit, like I have a little comic collection I can read. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But dudes, that's. Is there anything else on the list?
We had there was Crocodile Get Fury #2, which I'm looking
Oh
forward to.
yes, I am very much looking forward to Get Fury #2. That has been awesome. It's literally Punisher hunting down Nick Fury.
In the middle of the Vietnam War, which
Yeah,
is had a weird resurgence in comic books.
yeah, a little bit.
Like you're starting to get a lot more Vietnam and Vietnam War related stories coming out of like the comic book world, and I think it's fascinating. It's a war that I don't really know that much about, you know,
Yeah, no, for
which is
sure.
weird for me to
Yeah, because you know about all of them. But no, it's
say.
definitely it's definitely one of my favorite books. It has a Punisher Max vibe to it, without it being
Yes.
as like Max ish. It's lighter, but it's still very like adult theme. Like when he cuts
Yeah.
the dude's fucking head in half or whatever with the machete. That was fucking nuts. I was like, holy shit, this is what we're doing? All right, I'm locked the fuck in now. Like, I didn't have my seatbelt on before that happened when I was reading it. But as soon as that shit went down, he cuts his fucking ear, and then they just start hacking it, and then
Yeah.
they bury him alive, dude. Holy shit, he's still breathing. That shit was gnarly. I was like, yo,
Um.
like what?
And another aspect to it too is that I thoroughly enjoyed the fact that it is a Nick Fury story, but there's not a whole lot of like shield shit going on. Like there's not special weapons and like laser beams and stuff that are completely just out of pocket for the time period that this is taking place
No,
in.
no, it's like him is just like a
Like I like
soldier.
how yeah, and like I like how Nick Fury. It's kind of a throwback to the original Nick Fury comics, which was all about him being an international spy.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. No,
so
100%.
I'm I'm thrilled for that one. That one, I think,
He
if we don't
appears.
review it,
You're just gonna read it anyway, as you should. That's
yeah. Oh
as you
yeah,
should. I mean, you don't have. You should be reading these books anyway. He appears in Punisher Max, and I believe there's only like 3 or so people from the Marvel like universe Max, and he's one of them. Like a
oh wow,
realistic character. I believe he's
yeah,
just like this like government like agent fucker. So
yeah. He's a spy.
yeah. But another thing to look out for that's dropping in a couple of days, if I'm correct, is The Boys. The new season of The
Yes.
Boys is dropping, and I'm very excited for that. That is fucking crazy. That's a show that from episode 1, as soon as A-Train ran through Huey's girlfriend,
girlfriend,
like literally ran through her, and her hands were just in his hands. I was like, oh, this is gonna be that shit. Like, this is gonna be crazy. I knew right from that moment that like they were not giving a fuck, and I was so about it. Like I love that they just go full fucking blast, dude.
I think the oh shit moment for me was, I mean, like, A-Train killing the chick was definitely like, oh, they're doing that.
No,
oh,
that
wow.
wasn't my big oh shit moment, but that was like, that is genuinely the first moment in the show that is like a oh shit moment.
Oh shit moment.
Like,
But like the one that did it for me was when the one chick basically crushed the dude's head.
oh yeah.
I was like, oh no.
Nah, for sure.
This is giving me Breaking Bad vibes.
I don't know. I mean, that was bad. That was bad, but I think Huey's is worse. Like, he's literally kissing his girlfriend goodbye, and she gets literally ripped to pieces in his hands. Like, that's pretty... And that's what sets off the whole show. That's literally... His whole thing is, like, he hates Soups because of A-Train. Like...
But then he ends up falling in love with one, though.
Yeah.
That's kind of the funny part.
Which, she's, like, the only one that's not, like, a grade A piece of shit. So...
Yes.
Well, other than a hand... Oh, no, yeah, probably just her.
Yeah. No, it really seems like everybody who's a superhero besides Starlight is a massive piece of shit.
100%. I wouldn't just... But, dudes...
Although... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, that's pretty much everything for tonight. We didn't have a whole lot planned. We'll be back at it strong, though, next week. We'll have a whole fucking thing to do. This is kind of just to put something out. But, yeah, make sure you keep an eye out on the YouTube, because I'm going to post a new short this week. A little comic video.
Yes.
So, tap the fuck in. Make sure if you're on YouTube, you like, comment, and subscribe. If you're on Spotify, keep doing what you're doing. And remember, never offended and always recommended, my dudes. Later.